Tom, one more.
There's 6 of you, not 5.
There you go.
I wasn't counting myself.
Thanks for coming.
Why wouldn't I?
Hi, Dom. Hi, Jay.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Very good.
Have a hug.
Of us are here. I know there's at least 4 of us. Hey!
Excited?
Kyle.
Nervous?
If my phone wants to work, I will. But I thought, yeah, this never on that first
Annabelle, did you go there too?
Sadly, all Facebook. That's actually about her and Tyler met. That was not the best thing. Yeah, they knew each other way before Sam and EJ were like, well, sophomore year. All I told you one day, he's like, yeah, my cousins go down. Like Tyler, like, I have no clue what you're talking about. And then Chrissy telling me a baseball game one day, and then I put 2 together. Wait a minute.
Somebody tell me in a minute.
Now, Cisco. Mike and Cindy aren't coming.
No?
Mike just got home from work. Or something like that. But,
Why?
yeah, that's about it.
Jim's coming to the game tomorrow.
Is he?
Yeah.
There's only like 6 of us here. But if no one's going, I'm going to Maine. Jay, do you know Jay? That's my sister-in-law, Sue. Susan and Jay.
How do you?
That's his son, Dominic. That's his wife, Amanda. I couldn't even spit their names out. You know Annabelle?
Yes, I know.
And everybody else down there. That's my wife. She hates when I say it around here.
Yeah, they're kind of taking things to that.
You guys have to speak?
I don't know. I'm still looking for coach. Huh? Oh, that's coach.
Wait, what?
I mean, it's a nickname, but yeah, they've never. I've never had a nickname. My grandpa's name is Bernard.
Oh, you backed out. Oh.
Well,
Uh-oh.
listen,
I heard all about this.
listen. We've already been to Maine.
So you're saying there's 2 extra spots.
Yeah, there's 2 extra spots. You want to go?
It is on my bucket list. But yeah, I
We're
can't.
gonna wait this weekend. Let's go to Maine.
You gotta go around? Yalla. We'll just keep the seat empty. We'll keep this one empty.
Hey, I'm sure you have to do that. You can sit right here, buddy.
I'm gonna block him. Michelle, come over one more. No, you leave the seat empty for him. Hey, move over one. Come on, Ange.
How's that help you? Back to where we were.
I'm gonna just go over the seat, Mike.
Go have a seat.
I'm just gonna over the seat. If I can do that.
Coming back to get my cannolis.
Okay. I'm always there.
Are you still in the
I'm always there, yeah.
On Pearl Road?
Ridge. Ridge and snow.
How many kids you have now?
3. They're all big. Yeah, my oldest is 28.
لا ما بدي ابدا انا بدي اقعد على الاخر ما بقول هشك ابدا
You're busy.
بس لا بدي اخذ لها فيديو
Time to drive.
I was really busy.
Yeah, that's for sure.
وين رحت لهونيك؟
She's sitting back there.
هون في محل
No, there's not enough. They're all right there, Bo.
I'll call you guys up. You're gonna sit down here when I call you guys up.
Bo, Bo. Dad, come on, let him know there's a spot there.
Individual inductees and head coaches.
Amir, there's seats next to Paddy. Did you get one of these?
No. We'll look at it.
Go, tell them the seats are still there. Come here first, Nikki. Yeah. What's the last? Did you finish the chip? It's got 4 rows. It's a flat.
Is Mark Butler here? Good evening, everyone. My name is Ted Caleris. I'm the superintendent for the Brooklyn City Schools. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the 2025 Brooklyn City Schools Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Tonight, we come together to celebrate the extraordinary accomplishments of individuals and teams whose contributions have left a lasting impact on our school and community. Before we begin this evening, being that it's September 11th, I'd like to pause to honor and remember the lives lost on September 11th, 2001. We hold in our hearts the victims, their families, and all who deeply were affected by that tragedy. We also extend our gratitude to our first responders, safety forces, and members of our audience who have served or continue to serve our nation in the armed forces. At this time, please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. This has been a tradition here in the district for the last several years, and where we get together and we celebrate and honor our past alumni that have accomplished so many things, either throughout their life or while they were Brooklyn Hurricanes walking the halls. This evening is about our inductees. Your achievements have brought pride to Brooklyn and inspired countless others. You exemplify our district values of tradition, pride, and excellence, threads that connect our past, guide our present, and shape our future. Before we begin this evening, and I hand it off to Mr. Zafka and our students for introduction and celebration of our inductees, I want to recognize that those who made tonight possible. First, I'd like to recognize our Board of Education. This evening, we have Mr. Rocky Neal in attendance, Allison Rafter, Karam Hazrouni, and Jason Hubble. Kelly Crawl was not able to make it this evening, but she sends her congratulations. Also in the audience this evening, we have Brooklyn City Schools Administration, High School Principal Matt Larson, Assistant Principal Annie McGee, our Director of Athletics and Activities, Mr. Mark Zafka, and our Assistant Superintendent, Lisa DeLees. We also have our technology specialist, and Bobby really does many different things here, but Bobby Black, our technology specialist, taping this evening. So thank you, Bobby. Our Hall of Fame Selection Committee, Mr. Mark Zafka. I'll go through them, then we can applause at the end. Debbie Hall, Jackie Holko, Andy Selhertz, Bob Hennings, Kristen Field, and Allison Rafter. Allison also serves as a Board of Education member for the district. I want to recognize our staff, city officials, and students in attendance. A special welcome to Mr. Earl Blom, who was last year's recipient of the Ron Szudy School Community Engagement Award, and of course, all of our honored guests and families this evening. Lastly, I want to recognize any current Brooklyn Hall of Fame member in the audience. If you are here, if you're able to stand or will stand, please stand to be recognized. Also see Mr. Harry McCormick in the audience, and Mr. McCormick always gives us a lot of love on social media. Mr. McCormick, if you could look out for me during the winter when I either call a snow day or don't call a snow day, I need all the help I can get on social media. You got it. Thank you. As we honor these remarkable individuals and teams, we are reminded that the Hall of Fame is not only about personal achievement, but also about our Brooklyn community, perseverance, and service. Each story we hear tonight reflects the power of dedication, sacrifice, and inspiration. Congratulations to our newest Hall of Fame members and honorary recipients. Thank you for embodying the best of Brooklyn and for inspiring the next generation to dream big. One of the great things I love about this ceremony is that we have current Brooklyn High School students introduce our inductees, and it's just a great role model for our current students. So guys, thank you for being here. It's now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Mark Zafka, Director of Athletics and Activities, to begin our induction ceremony. Thank you.
Good evening. Welcome to everybody. Just want to say a couple words here first, as this will be my second year now as the athletic director growing up in the area, I always heard of the great athletes at Brooklyn, but being on the committee, being involved in the selection process, knowing some of the people personally, this is really an outstanding group of individuals who are being nominated, and team members who are being nominated tonight. Very worthy. When you look back at the history of Brooklyn athletics, different sports, different programs, there was a lot of prestige and a lot of great honor. So this is a great honor to you individuals tonight. So congratulations to everybody. We are pleased to have some of our outstanding students joining us this evening to introduce our new Hall of Fame members. These students are leaders in the Brooklyn City Schools community and perhaps some of our future Hall of Fame inductees. We hope that our students are inspired by the legacies of our Hall of Fame members and that our Hall of Fame members are encouraged by the accomplishments of our youth. Our first student presenter is Jarianny Dominguez Calderón. Jarianny is a senior who attends Caleris Career Center in the pre-nursing program. She plans to attend Kent State University and become a pediatric nurse, and eventually work with pediatric cancer patients in the future. Recently, and very recently, within the last 2 weeks, Jarianny was named the National Football League Latino Youth Honors recipient. Please welcome Jarianny to the stage.
Thank you, Mr. Sofka. Tonight I am pleased to announce our first inductee, Jeremy Brown, class of 1996. Jeremy was a highly accomplished multi-sport athlete whose competitive excellence spanned football, basketball, and track and field at Brooklyn High School. A two-time all-conference safety and senior captain in football, he also set school records in the high school jump and 300-meter hurdles while leading his track team back-to-back conference championships in 1995 and 1996. Recognized as the top point scorer and named outstanding player in track both years, Jeremy earned repeated accolades for his dominance in both sprint and field events. His athletic success continued at Baldwin Wallace College, where he competed in football and track, becoming a two-time national qualifier and earning All-American honors in the decathlon in 2000. He was named Most Valuable Male Athlete in his senior season and recognized across multiple events. Jeremy currently brings leadership to his career as an account executive in the financial services industry. Congratulations, Mr. Brown. Please come forward to receive your award.
I didn't get the memo, so I apologize about my lack of preparation. I just want to say thank you to City of Brooklyn, Brooklyn City Schools. Really just want to thank a few people specifically. First and foremost, my parents, Mary and Jerry, who are in attendance here tonight. My daughter, Bailey, my son, Pierce, my sister, Jenny, my nephew, Jaden, and my brother-in-law, Jay. Also, one member who can't be here passed away earlier this year. That was at every sporting event that I had from as long as I can remember, my Uncle Jack. I know he's here in spirit, and just wanted to take some time to recognize him as well. Hopefully somebody sitting out here maybe gets a little bit inspired, and I never thought I'd be up here. Always dreamed about it when I was sitting in those seats in high school, so to be up here is quite literally a dream come true. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Our next student presenter is Lauren Atanacio. Lauren is a senior in the pre-nursing program at Caleris and also plays soccer for Brooklyn High School and is involved in student council and Key Club. Lauren plans to attend college and become a registered nurse. Please welcome Lauren.
Thank you, Mr. Zofka. I have the pleasure of introducing Mark Butler, Jr., class of 1988. Mark was a distinguished two-sport athlete and is a dedicated public servant whose impact spans athletics and community leadership. At Brooklyn High School, he earned first-team all-conference honors in both football and basketball, was named first-team All-Inland Conference defensive back his senior year, and received the Coach's Trophy for Best Defensive Back. A dynamic playmaker, he delivered a memorable 98-yard kickoff return and was named team MVP, while also excelling on the basketball court with all-conference and all-district honors, leading his team to conference and sectional championships. He continued his football career at Ohio Northern University as a 4-year player and 3-year starter, earning All-Ohio Athletic Conference honorable mention as a senior. Since 1997, Mark has served as a firefighter with the Cleveland Fire Department, helping his team win a record 7 Ohio State Fighter softball tournament championships. Off the field, he remains deeply involved in youth development as a coach and athletic director at St. Thomas More, embodying leadership and service both on and off the field. Congratulations, Mr. Butler. Please come forward to receive your award.
Thank you very much for the introduction. In preparing for today, God, I should have talked to Jeremy. I would have just followed his lead here. I feel like I would waste all my time in not reciting some of the things I wrote down, but I will do my best to keep it short as possible. So when I was putting this together, I was amazed at how hard it was. For 20-some years, I spoke at banquets. I couldn't believe how easy it was, and then it dawned on me, because I was always talking about somebody else, and I'm like, this is kind of weird. I got to talk about myself. But I just wanted to make sure not to forget anybody. There's been so many people along the way that have helped me to get to this point. Starting with thank you all for being here, for being in attendance tonight. I want to thank the athletic director, Mr. Zofka, principal, superintendent, all the committee members, board members, for all the work that you do. You guys do an amazing job. Start off with Harry. Thank you so much, Harry, for nominating me, just for considering me as well, for all you did for Coach Younger, getting the stadium named for him. It was long overdue, and your work doesn't go unnoticed. It's very appreciated. I want to throw an old throwback, or an old thank you to former Mayor John M. Coyne. And the reason for that is I like to tell people that I had the privilege of growing up in the greatest city in America in the 70s and 80s. And it started with that man. He was a huge advocate for sports. He was always around. I could still picture him, whether he was at our swimming things, whether he was at a baseball game, football game, whatever. Mayor Coyne was big into sports. Literally, my first memories were my dad playing alongside Jeremy's dad and uncle and many others, playing for the Westbrook Village softball team. And great memories, and I thank Mayor Coyne often. I'd like to thank my family, my wife, my kids, been by me for a long time. Still to this day, when I'm still playing softball, the wife's waiting for me at the door to make sure I haven't broken anything or I can still walk, and if I need something to sit down on the couch. But thank my siblings, my brother who's not here, my sisters, aunts, uncles, grandparents, especially those not here. Of course, my mom and my dad. Without them, obviously, wouldn't be here, let alone standing up on this stage. Both were huge influences in everything. Mom usually in the background, telling you it was okay when you didn't do right or you failed. Dad usually out front, pushing you, keeping you going. And just want to say thank you to all that. If anybody I forgot, believe me from the bottom of my heart, I have a lot of gratitude for this award here tonight. It's funny, growing up in Brooklyn, I couldn't wait to start playing sports. First time I got to play was right out here. For those of you old enough to remember, we had diamonds A, B, and C, and summer baseball was run out of the Brooklyn High School. In 1976, I met my longest friend to this day, Hall of Famer Dennis Marconi. We played on the Spirit of 76. We were 16-0, undefeated. Still talk about it to this day with Coach Mike Pasak. He's a referee now. I run into him from time to time, and we always talk about the spirit of '76. And after Mike, I was completely blessed and privileged to have some of the best coaches that I had. Guys who coached me as a kid and then again as an adult. Many that are here tonight: Pat DeLuca, Mike Russo, Al Tarnowski, Coach Manal, I know he's not here tonight, was my high school basketball coach. Mark Lowther, another very influential coach, a Brooklyn legend in his day. And two of the most important coaches I ever had, God rest their souls, Coach Buzzer at St. Thomas More and Coach Younger here at Brooklyn. I want to thank all the other members up here tonight. I don't think we realize it now, but maybe tomorrow or another day, we really are part of a special group to be in the Hall of Fame up here, and everyone should be proud of their accomplishments. Just wanted to thank all my teammates. Like I mentioned, Dennis, one of my first teammates, Matt Curlow. I don't know if he's here or not, but got to play with him from little third grade all the way through high school, and as well as Arnie Boigner, who I got the privilege of playing not only at grade school but all the way through college with him. Without your teammates, guys, any of you that are in a team sport, maybe except the wrestlers, without your teammates, you're not anything. And I was blessed to have a lot. I had a couple funny stories, this, that, and the other, but I'm going to wrap it up because I don't want to talk too long. Jeremy was perfect. I should have followed his lead. But anyway, with that being said, thank you so much. Thanks for everybody that came out. Congratulations to everybody else that's here tonight. And go Hurricanes.
Thank you, Mark. Our next student presenter is Jacob Collins. Jacob is a baseball player at Brooklyn High School and is a four-year leader in the publications group that writes the school newspaper. In the future, he plans to attend college and become a broadcaster. Please welcome Jacob.
Thank you, Mr. Zofka. I have the privilege of introducing Sean Francis, class of 1991. Sean was a highly accomplished three-sport athlete with a legacy at Brooklyn High School. A 9-time varsity letterman in football, hockey, and baseball, he served as starting quarterback his senior year, earning second-team All-MAC 8 honors. His most notable achievements came on the ice, where he led Brooklyn to its first-ever Barron Cup championship as a sophomore and a Blue Division title as a junior. A 2-year team captain, Sean earned first-team All-Division honors both years and was named to the Greater Cleveland All-Scholastic Hockey Team. As a senior, he was recognized as the All-Sun News MVP and ranked among the area's top players, finishing his high school career with 331 points, a total that remained in the OHSA record books for nearly 20 years. He continued playing hockey at the junior A level in Quebec City and at Ohio University in ACHA Division I. Beyond athletics, Sean has dedicated over 29 years to law enforcement, including 11 as a school resource officer and has coached high school hockey for more than 15 years. Congratulations to Mr. Francis. Please come forward to receive your award.
I should start by saying thank you to my wife for reminding me to bring my paper and my glasses that I never used to have to use, but now I do. Good evening, everyone. Standing here tonight, I feel both honored and humbled to be welcomed to the Brooklyn High School Hall of Fame. This school shaped me in ways I could never appreciate at the time, but I carry its lessons with me every day. First, I want to thank Dr. Caleris and the committee for the recognition. To be included alongside so many accomplished alumni is not something I take lightly. I also want to thank my teachers, coaches, and mentors. Being inducted into the Brooklyn High School Hall of Fame is an honor I'll never forget. When I think back to my time here, so many of my best memories were made on the field, the rink, the diamond, competing, pushing myself, representing this school with pride. I was lucky to wear a Brooklyn jersey, and even luckier to have teammates who made every victory sweeter and every challenge worth fighting through. Together, we won league championships, sectional championships, and a Barron Cup. Those moments were just not about the scoreboard. They were about learning discipline, perseverance, and what it means to sacrifice something bigger than for yourself. I also want to thank my coaches. They demanded more from me than I thought I could give. And because of that, I discovered a level of grit and focus that carried me far beyond sports. The lessons of early mornings, tough practices, and bouncing back from losses have stayed with me in everything I've done. To my family, thank you for sitting in the stands through the rain, the snow, the scorching heat, cheering no matter what. Your sport was always appreciated. And to today's athletes at Brooklyn, take every practice seriously, every game to heart, and never underestimate how much these moments will shape your future. Wins and records may fade, but the habits of character you build will carry with you the rest of your life. Tonight's honor is not just about my accomplishments. It's about the coaches, teammates, and community that have made them possible. I'm proud to have been part of the Brooklyn Athletic program, and I'll carry that pride with me always. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sean. Next, we have Maija Lee. Maija is a senior involved in the student council and also serves as a treasurer for Key Club. She plans to go to college and become a psychologist in the future. Please welcome Maija to the stage.
Thank you, Mr. Zofka. Tonight, I am introducing our Hall of Fame inductee, Michael Keough, class of 2003. Michael was a standout scholar athlete and is a dedicated mentor. A Brooklyn High School graduate who ranked in the top 10% of his class, he was a two-time academic All-Ohio recipient and an elite wrestler qualifying for districts and state twice at 160 pounds. He holds multiple school records, including most career wins with 111, most career pins with 49, and most technical falls in a season with 27, a mark that also set a state record during the 2002-2003 season. A four-year varsity football player and senior team captain. Michael continued competing in both wrestling and football at John Carroll University, where he earned the Wrestling MVP Freshman Award and contributed to back-to-back OAC championship teams. Today, he serves as head wrestling coach at Brooklyn High School, where he mentors the next generation of athletes, while also excelling professionally as a logistics manager at Dayton Fright. Congratulations, Mr. Keough. Please come forward to receive your award.
I also did not prepare a speech today, so I'll make this quick. I'd, number one, like to thank Brooklyn, the city, the schools, the boosters. They've always backed the kids here in Brooklyn. Really appreciated that in school and now after working for the schools. Number one, my parents, Dan and Kathy Keough, who are here. All the travel, the time they put into all of their kids' sports. My drill partner, Kevin Keough, who also came to John Carroll and wrestled with me. My sister, who's not in attendance. My kids, Olivia and Ethan, who are here. Uncle Joe Keough back there, who also coached me at John Carroll. Working in the pain lab before school at King's Gym, and then coming to pick up my brother and sister. Really put me over the edge in athletics on the high school level. And then Coach Ray Mass here. He's been with me. He's done so much for Brooklyn Wrestling, Pee Wee program all the way through. I think I was his first state qualifier of many over the years, so thank you, Coach Ray. If I'm forgetting anyone,
Just my extended family, my girlfriend Renee, appreciate you guys having and supporting me. Thank you.
Our next student presenter is Gibran Boukzam. Gibran is a junior student at Caleris in the business program. He is involved in many sports at Brooklyn, including soccer, basketball, and baseball. In the future, Gibran plans to attend the University of Michigan and live with family in Michigan. Please welcome Gibran.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Zofka. Before I read this, I'd like to say that no matter how many words are on this page, they don't begin to explain the kind of person that Manal is. The Honorable Manal Boukzam Saab, class of 1983, Manal is a visionary leader and philanthropist with over 2 decades of private sector experience and a distinguished 17-year career in public health administration and Metro Health System in Cleveland, Ohio. As CEO of SGCS in Flint, Michigan, she drives impactful initiatives while serving as the first chair of the Commission on the Middle Eastern American Affairs appointed by the Governor of Michigan. Manal is a dedicated trustee of major organizations such as the American Task Force on Lebanon, the Community Foundation of Greater Flint, the Arab American National Museum, and the American Druze Foundation. She co-founded the Lebanon Relief Project, overseeing $50 million in medical aid after the 2020 Beirut port explosion, and led the endowment of a Georgetown University Fellowship in Druze and Arab minorities. Her humanitarian efforts have earned her an honorary doctorate from Lebanese American University and the Lebanese Order of Merit, the U.S. Ellis Island Medal of Honor, and multiple leadership and lifetime achievement awards. Alongside her husband, she is the first Flint area philanthropist to receive the prestigious Russell G. Mabe Award and the Rotary International Crystal Award for humanitarian impact. Congratulations to my aunt, the Honorable Manal Boukzam Saab. Please come forward to receive your award.
I actually did prepare a few words. Will you take it for me?
Yeah, I
please?
got you.
Thank you. Good evening and congratulations to my fellow Hall of Fame inductee and past Hall of Fame inductee, and one in particular who's a good friend of mine who graduated the same year I did, who flew from Phoenix tonight to be with us, Kathy Kudravi. Thank you for being here. What an extraordinary privilege. Yeah, George, you could say that. That's my grandson. Standing before you tonight, I am filled with deep gratitude and awe. 46 years ago, I entered these halls as a refugee from the Lebanese Civil War. I barely spoke English and often felt lost, unsure how to ask for help. I vividly remember one person who saw beyond the struggle. My English teacher and my track and field coach, Jarianny. He didn't just teach me language. He taught me patience, confidence, and resilience. On the track and in the classroom, he pushed me to run faster, and I haven't stopped running since. To be inducted in my high school's Hall of Fame is a moment I find hard to put in words. This school is where my journey toward the American dream truly began. Let me begin with gratitude. To my teachers, thank you for believing in me and shaping futures with your dedication. You are building leaders every day. To my friends, thank you for being my support system. Your laughter, memories, and challenges help shape who I am. To my family, my greatest cheerleaders, your unwavering love and encouragement have been the foundation. Georgie, listen to Teta. Your love has been the foundation upon which I built my life. I carry my father's legacy of kindness with pride, and I'm deeply grateful that Mother is still with us. Mama, your strength has been our compass through life's most challenging terrain. To my life partner, my husband, Ghassan, you're the wind beneath my wings. Your support lifts me higher than I ever dreamed possible. And to our children, my ultimate blessing. You are the joy that fills my heart and the purpose that fuels my journey. Our path to Americanism wasn't easy. 10 of us, refugees. 6 children, mom and dad, my grandparents, shared a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. I remember waking up early so I can just get a few more minutes in the bathroom to myself, and braving the cold weather to deliver the Plain Dealer newspaper before I came here to school. But if I had to do it all again, I wouldn't change a thing. To the students here tonight, you are a generation eager to dive into the currents of history. I hope you've realized that life has no remote control. You must rise, take charge, and shape the future. Remember to believe in yourself, and don't measure success by wealth. Measure it by the impact you make on your community. And go for the impossible, because it has all the possibilities in it. Remember, impossible is spelled I am possible. As I close tonight, I do also want to reflect on the 9/11 attacks that occurred 24 years ago and pay tribute to the first responders who saved countless lives and honor those who sacrificed subsequent wars. Additionally, I am reminded of the profound words of Gibran Khalil Gibran, a renowned Lebanese American and one of history's most celebrated voices. His poem, I Believe in You, beautifully encapsulates tonight. And I would share a few lines. I believe in you. I believe in your destiny. I believe that you are contributors to new civilization. I believe that you have inherited from your forefathers an ancient dream, a song, a prophecy, which you can proudly lay as a gift of gratitude upon the lap of America. I believe that you can say to the founders of this great nation, here I am, a youth, a young tree, whose roots were plucked from the hills of Lebanon. Yet, I am deeply rooted here, and I would be fruitful. And I believe you can say to Abraham Lincoln, the blessed Jesus of Nazareth touched your lips when you spoke and held your hand when you wrote, and I shall uphold all that you have said and all that you have written. And what is it to be a good citizen? It's to acknowledge the other person's right before asserting your own, but always to be conscious of your own. It's to be free in word and deed, but it's also to know that your freedom is subject to other person's freedom. It's to stand before the towers of New York, Washington, D.C., Chicago, and San Francisco, saying in your heart, I am the descendant of a people that built Damascus, Byblos, Sidon, and Tyre, and I am here to build with you and with a well. It's a privilege to be an American, and I take great pride in that, just as you should. Thank you once again for this incredible honor. Good night.
Thank you, Manal. Kyle Morgan will be introducing our first team award for the 1989-1990 hockey team. Kyle is a junior in the CNC Precision Machinery program at Caleris. He's a three-sport athlete playing soccer, hockey, and baseball. He plans to own his own CNC shop in the future. Please welcome Kyle.
Thank you, Mr. Zafka. The 1989-90 Brooklyn High School hockey team is remembered for their extraordinary endurance and unwavering determination, competing the entire season with just 9 players, 5 forwards, 3 defensemen, and 1 goalie, my father, Kenny Morgan. Under the leadership of legendary coach Stan Budzik, this resilient group not only reached the district tournament, but also battled fiercely in a hard-fought loss to University School, a powerhouse that advanced to the state Final Four. Their remarkable grit and heart helped preserve and inspire the future of Brooklyn's hockey program, leaving a lasting legacy defined by character, courage, and unbreakable team spirit. Congratulations to my father's hockey team, the 1989-1990 team. Coach Budzik, please come receive your award.
Wow, thank you. Well, it's been a while since I've been here. I've been gone for going on 11, 12 years since I've been retired. But first of all, I want to thank everybody that came here today. You're here to honor all these other people here today, but you're here to honor a group of boys that made people throughout the state of Ohio aware of what Brooklyn hockey was at that time. To play a game with 9 players, and many games 8 players and 7 players, against teams that had 15 to 18 to 20 players dressed, it was amazing. These kids were fantastic. But before I go on with that, I want to thank everybody, the Hall of Fame committee. Thank you for doing this. Dr. Caleris, I go back ways with Dr. Caleris as a teacher colleague and as a principal. Mr. Zafka, I just got to meet you today. I heard a lot about you from Sean. And my lovely wife, Barb. I got engaged to Barb when these clowns were playing for me. And I call them clowns because we had a lot of fun times together, but I got engaged at that particular time. My lovely daughters, Allison, Amanda, and their spouses, David, Vicente, and my 2 lovely grandchildren, Eliana and Vicente. And I usually don't get emotional, but to see them here makes me really happy. All right, getting to these guys. We played most of our games with 9 players. As I said, some games we played with 7. which meant if you follow hockey, you know that you play with 6 players. So for the majority of the game, we had 1 player on the bench. All right, so a lot of these guys played the entire game. They didn't get a rest. But these guys, this group of boys, had 3 things that they liked, not they liked, but they did. They were skilled, they were very talented, and probably the most important thing in my mind was they were very coachable. They listened to my instructions and things that I told them. They may not have agreed all the time, and I'm sure they called me all kind of things afterwards in the locker room, but they did listen and follow through. We worked hard. When you talk to people throughout the league at that time, they said Brooklyn's going to die in the 3rd period. Well, you know what? When we played our games, our 3rd period was our strongest period. We beat teams in the 3rd period because they were in such great shape. We worked hard in practice, and they can tell you that. We skated hard on Mondays. We did a lot of fundamental drills. Tuesdays, we skated harder. And we always ended Tuesday's practice with their favorite skating drill, the 10-8-6-4-2s. And they'll remember it. But we did work hard, and it showed in the games that we played. The boys on this team, and I don't know how many of them, I was looking through the record books, we have many records that these boys had set, and that was in the Ohio High School record book, with a lot of the scoring records and goaltending records and team records. The games itself, guys, a couple real quick ones that I remember. We were playing St. Ignatius in their tournament. And back then, when we played Ignatius, we beat them. How can Brooklyn beat St. Ignatius? Well, these guys were able to beat St. Ignatius. Well, we were playing St. Ignatius one year in their tournament, Thanksgiving tournament, and I knew we were going to beat them, and we had them frustrated. So what did they decide to do with our limited bench? They started a fight. We ended up getting 2 boys kicked out. I believe it was Jimmy and Billy. And they got 1 boy kicked out who was a 3rd or 4th liner. So unfortunately, they beat us, and then we went from there. The Shaker Heights game, we always beat Shaker Heights, or we played them really tough all the time. We were playing Shaker Heights at Shaker Heights, which is a very hard place to play. We're playing the game, and the people in the stands are saying, "Oh, we're going to kill Brooklyn. We're going to kill them. They only got 8 kids, 9 kids." Well, they were beating us 5-1. So it looked like, okay, yeah. But guess what? The will of these kids, the determination that these kids had, we came back. I believe Stash, Danny Victor, he scored the first goal. From there, I don't know who scored the next 2. I don't know if it was Sean or Billy or Brian or whoever, but we ended up tying them. And then all of a sudden, I believe it was you that scored the goal that put us ahead, 6-5. So here we are with about a minute left in the game, and for the most part, I said, these kids listen to me. Well, what I told them at that time, guys, just clear our zone and we're going to win. But they pulled their goalie. So what do our guys do? I think Billy was the first one, I don't know, or Brian. They look and they see an open net, they're going to get an open net goal. Nah, ice the puck. We did it not once but twice. So guess what happened after that? Shaker scored and tied the game. At the intermission part, I didn't talk to him. I said, you guys, you don't want to listen to me, I don't have nothing to say. Luckily, Billy, wherever you're at right here, Billy listened to Coach Obremski, and he went down and did what Coach had told him to do, and he shot the puck, and as soon as he shot the puck in overtime, my hands were up in the air, because I knew he scored. And it was great. It was a great victory beating Shaker Heights in their rink. Going to the University game. University was the top team, which ended up going to the Final Four in the States. We had their number. We were playing a game, and I believe, Sean, if you remember, you scored the first goal, went down and scored. We were up 1-0. They came back to tie us. We scored again. They came back to tie us. 2-2 game. And we had them frustrated. And you know what? I looked at Coach Abramski at the time and I said, guys, Coach, we're going to win this. And he said, yes, we are. So we're playing the games 2-2, and we had them frustrated. We have a 2-on-1 break. A 2-on-1 is hockey, is when you're going down on the ice and there's one of their guys and two of our guys. Well, guess what? We drilled this drill constantly in practice, and we were outstanding in games. So here we are. We got a 2-on-1 break. Brian, I believe, and Sean. Brian going wide. He's going in for like a breakaway. And what happened to us? The lights went out. There was a storm. There was a snowstorm. The lights went out. In my mind, Brian would have scored. And in my mind, we would have won that game. Afterwards, their players just complimented us, saying that we had them. We had them. We had to sit out for an hour and a half, wait until the lights went back on. And that really helped University, not us. Afterwards, their coach came into our locker room and was praising us. And to this day, he hasn't delivered it, guys. He told you guys that he would give you guys a what? Buy you guys a dinner, steak dinners. He hadn't delivered yet, but that was how many years ago? But it was just so great. And one thing about these guys that I remember a lot, and Bobby Whidden, who was the coach of St. Edward's at the time, a perennial state champ in hockey, after the game, he came up to me and he complimented me and he said he never saw a high school team break out of their zone like we did. He goes, it was just so great to see. But anyway, enough of that. These guys here, I got so much I could talk about. I can, if you guys recall, and the parents, I didn't mention the parents. One of the things in regards to parents, I had the best group of parents back then. They were so fantastic. They were so supportive, and they were always there, and they were great. So any parents that are here tonight, thank you so much. I remember it. Again, as I'm ending up here now, I can talk forever, but I'll just let it go. Guys, the guys that are here, can you guys come up front real quick? I want everybody to see who you are. And I'll mention the names of the guys that were on this team. I only see 3 of you there. I know some of you more are here. Here comes Big Bill. I am so proud of you guys still, 35 years later. There's 5 of you here. But the guys that were on this team at the time, Billy Bockins, Scott Oziak, Mike DeFranco, who I know is not here, Sean Francis, Brian Thompson, Danny Victor, Jim Vozar, Kenny Morgan, and Shane Thompson. Coach Leno Bremski, who was a Brooklyn grad, who started with us here in hockey, he couldn't make it. But these guys, if you guys can look at these guys here, these guys are a tribute to Brooklyn hockey and the Brooklyn City Schools. They made believers out of so many people. When we were in the state tournament in Bowling Green that year after we lost to University, I had countless people come up to me and congratulate me on these guys, that they followed us. They were just so supportive and so happy of these guys. All righty? But everything that these guys get tonight, they deserve it. So after we're done, can you please give them all another round of applause? Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Congratulations, Coach Butzik and the team. Our final student presenter is Malak Chafki to introduce the 1995 track team. Malak is a senior on the track team, and she's also a member of our girls' flag football team. She plans to attend college and have a career in the medical field. Please welcome Malak.
Thank you, Mr. Zofka. The 1995 Brooklyn High School track team, led by Hall of Fame coach Jim Verba, captured the MAC 8 Conference Championship with an impressive 20 athletes earning first-team all-conference honors and Nate French named Conference MVP. The team also triumphed at the Avon Relays and Independence Invitational, secured the district championship, and advanced 15 athletes to regional competition, which is one of the largest qualifying groups in school history. Standout performances included Nicole Ramos qualifying for the state championships, while Jeremy Brown and Mikey Newton earned Plain Dealer Runner of the Week honors. The team also set new school records in the 300-meter hurdles and the 400-meter relay. Congratulations to the track team. Coach Verba, please come forward to receive your team's award.
Good evening, everyone. It's truly an honor to stand here tonight on behalf of the track team as we are inducted into the Brooklyn High School Hall of Fame. This recognition is not only about the victories and the records, but also about the journey, the people, and the spirit that made this team so special. Before I go any further, I want to take a moment to thank the Hall of Fame Selection Committee. We know there are so many deserving athletes, coaches, and teams in Brooklyn's history, and to have our group chosen for this honor means that the world to us. Thank you for recognizing not only what we achieved, but the way we did it, together with hard work, pride, and love for the school. When you look back at the season we had, the accomplishments speak for themselves. We won the Avon Relay. We claimed the MAC 8 Conference Championship title in dominant fashion, outscoring our nearest competitor 156-92. Happened to be Independence. We went on to make school history as district champions, the first district championship for Brooklyn since 1968, scoring in 15 of the 16 events and defeating Hawken 120-73. From there, we qualified for regionals in 15 of the 16 events. Nicole Ramos and Sarah Schaefer represented the heart of our women's team at the regionals, and Nicole went on to the state meet in Columbus in the long jump. Our dual meet record was an outstanding 16-1. But numbers only tell part of the story. What made this team different was its depth, camaraderie, and determination. We held each other accountable, we competed for one another, and we trusted in the process that began years earlier in middle school under Coach Debbie Thaman. Coach Thaman, stand up. Where's Coach Thaman? I know she's here. Coach Thaman. Coach Thaman built the foundation, teaching us discipline, resilience, and how to compete while still enjoying the sport. That early guidance shaped who we became as athletes and as a team. At the high school level, we were blessed with an incredible coaching staff. The legendary Dennis Coley. Where's Dennis? Dennis, where you at? Dennis down there. A track guru, guided our distance runners and masterfully organized our meets, making sure every athlete was in a position to succeed. Our volunteer weight coach, Jim Forrester, gave his time and energy to develop our throwers while stepping up to help in whatever the team needed. Coaches Casey Kellum, at that time Knock, and Coach Joan, at that time Ebert, now Hershiser. Something like that, right, Joan? Close enough. did a phenomenal job with our sprinters, pushing them daily while still keeping track fun and competitive. To all of our coaches, they are forever, including myself, grateful. This team of 27 male athletes had stars across the board. Jeremy Brown, obviously already a Hall of Famer, was our leading point scorer and most outstanding athlete. Morris DeZino, who's not here tonight, anchored our field events in shot and discus. I just wanted to read, I just got this from Mr. Zofka today from Morris. He said, I am disappointed I'm not able to come back to Ohio for the 1995 Track Hall of Fame ceremony and induction. Wanted to say thank you all for the honor. Tell my track teammates that I said hello and I will always remember the friendship and our theme song that year. We'll be playing that later. I will keep you on. Oh, are you going to play it, Mike? Mike, go ahead, play it. If you know the song by AC/DC, it was a classic. And not to say that we were the classiest team, but after the meets, they would blare that thing in the bus as we rode out. And the fact that Morris took the time to send that today, we had already had that planned, but that made me feel good that he remembered it. Nate French, our middle distance standout, was named conference MVP. Our distance squad, led by Joe Kleppel and David Gary, consistently delivered big performances. Mikey Newton, who was recognized as Playing the Year Athlete of the Week that season along with Jeremy, became our anchor in the hurdles and sprint events. And we cannot forget the leadership from guys like Scott Farrell, Dave Hins, Mike Wallace, and Mike Griffith, who kept the team focused and accountable. And all 11 of our athletes earned first team all-conference honors, a testament to the depth and balance of this group. And while we were serious competitors, this was also a team that knew how to have fun. In fact, I think sometimes it's fun that what held us together. After wins, we'd celebrate by blasting AC/DC out the back bus window as we rolled out of away meets. There was nights when I'd look out my window to see the team had toilet papered my house. Apparently their way of saying, good job, coach. At the Avon relays, someone thought it was a good idea to roll giant tires into their gym. Still not sure what that strategy was there. There was also the unforgettable moment when a coach had to ride a bike through Memorial Park to round up athletes who had gone on a nature hike instead of practice, complete with photo shoots of shoes hanging from trees. And yes, there is even a few adventures on the roof of the school. However, through all of this, we managed to stay focused when it counted, and I think that balance of hard work and pure joy is what made this team so special. Sadly, we also remember two teammates who are no longer with us. Matt Chase, who passed away tragically in an accident, and Jeremy Burnside, who lost a courageous battle with cancer in 2022. Jeremy went on to become a prominent attorney in Portsmouth, Ohio before his death, and authored a book, Look to Your Left, an inspiring book about perseverance through law school and life's toughest challenges. Tonight, we honor their memories and keep them forever part of this team's legacy. To be inducted into the Brooklyn High School Hall of Fame is a fitting tribute to the hard work, sacrifice, and spirit of this group. We thank our coaches, our school staff, our families, our community, and of course, the Hall of Fame committee for believing in us and supporting us every step of the way. On behalf of the entire team, thank you for this honor. We are proud to have represented Brooklyn, and we're even prouder to be remembered here tonight. Thank you. I'd like to call up the guys that are here. Come on up, be recognized. Jeremy, obviously. Most of these guys make me feel better that I held on to my hair. So we have Greg Grzybowski is our first athlete. He was a shot disc, right? Guy. Mikey Newton, hurdler. I remember him being shorter, but that's. Mike Wallace. Dave Hins. Oh, Dan Albany. Jeremy Brown, obviously, and Bobby Flanagan. Just a little fun story for Bobby. Bobby was talking to me before, and he said, "You know what? I really didn't do much." And I says, "But everybody on this team, that's what made it so good, is that everybody had some role." And his claim to fame, I have our program. I used to do programs for the kids at the end of the season, and my top 10 list of like things to look back on and laugh about. His was number 1 on the list. Well, number 10, working down. Number 10 because, excuse me, he only ran, it was 3,200. He only ran 2,800. He had a whole other lap to go. But he was so sly and coy, he just went off the track and ended up scoring, and he ran one less lap. These guys would do anything to win. But they all got along. We all had a fun time. It was a great, it was, I told them tonight, I said I had probably my most fun coaching these guys because we started with them young. We saw their improvement. They worked hard, they listened, and we had a ton of fun. Not all appropriate probably at times, but if I asked them to run through a brick wall, these kids would run through a brick wall for us. So let's give them a round of applause. Congratulations, guys.
Mr. Zofka, could we check the 3,200 records tomorrow? Thank you. Also, Hall of Fame committee, obviously the track team has upped our presentation, so every inductee next year has to have walk-up music. So, last award this evening. First of all, can we give our inductees a round of applause, please? I always say, and where's our Hall of Fame committee? Could you stand up too? Please, Hall of Fame committee, please. We try to embody tradition, pride, excellence in the district, and it's always amazing how community members, family members, former staff, former faculty always find a way to nominate outstanding individuals like this. And every year I'm like, well, who's going to be next year? Who's going to be next year? And the committee does such an amazing job with the selection process, the reception beforehand, reception after, and so my deepest gratitude to them for all the work. So thank you very much. The last award this evening is the Ron Szudy School Community Engagement Award. Short story, Mr. Szudy was actually inducted into the Brooklyn Hall of Fame in, I believe, 2017, and he declined induction into the Hall of Fame. And the reason he did that is because he really believed that to be in the Brooklyn Hall of Fame, you should be an alum graduate of Brooklyn City Schools. That being said, Mr. Szudy embodied many of the characteristics that we want our students to have day in and day out. A dedicated faculty member, a dedicated coach for so many years. He inspired so many people. So in 2023, we tricked him. I tricked him, invited him to the ceremony just as a comeback, had him speak. but we created the Ron Szudy Community Engagement Award on his behalf to embody a community member that has given back to the Brooklyn City Schools in so many ways. Honored today to Mr. Szudy was obviously the first recipient of his award. Mr. Earl Blome was the second recipient of this award, and I'm happy to introduce Mr. Blome, who will have a short introduction for this year's Ron Szudy Community School Engagement Award, Andy Selhertz.
Thank you, Dr. Caleris. I'm not sure it's going to be too short, like he said. Tonight, I have the honor of introducing the recipient of the 2025 Ron Szudy Community Engagement Award, Andy Selhertz. Andy is a 1973 graduate of Brooklyn Schools and then went to Cleveland State University, graduating with a Bachelor of Business degree with an accounting major. Andy has built a distinguished career dedicated to public service, professional excellence, and unwavering community involvement. Andy began his career with the state of Ohio as a tax commissioner agent and steadily advanced through the ranks to become a supervisor, overseeing critical areas such as sales and use tax. He eventually expanded to include excise tax due to his expertise, particularly in connection with major projects like stadium funding. I'm sure the Browns are interested in that. Later in his career, Andy transitioned to the Business Project Management Office, headquartered in Columbus, while continuing to work out of the Cleveland office. Beyond his professional achievements, Andy has been a dedicated public servant and consummate volunteer to our city and Brooklyn schools. Andy is presently a member of Brooklyn City Council and has served multiple terms in this position. Some of the activities he has led or has been a part of include Bubba's Yard, providing fresh fruit and vegetables to Brooklyn residents that need it. He organized groups of volunteer citizens and students to clean up areas of Brooklyn, to keep Brooklyn beautiful, and to improve the image of our city. These activities included taking care of the grounds around the recreation center, painting in the park, cleaning up around the school grounds, helping the Historical Society with various garden and painting projects, helping at the library, and Brooklyn residents that requested work and help with their yard work through the Senior Center. With Keep Brooklyn Beautiful, Andy has led the Halloween home decorating and Christmas decorating contest and the home garden contest. He has provided leadership to the Laurel Garden Club, bringing in guest speakers associated with the agricultural school at The Ohio State University. He worked with Sherwin-Williams to get a grant for the Brooklyn students to do a wall mural on Arby's retention wall at Brook Park and Ridge. He has provided city leadership dealing with First Energy, a challenging effort, so he says, to upgrade the city street lighting in our city, resulting in reduced energy costs to our city. This project is still ongoing. Andy has also provided support to the Brooklyn school system. He can frequently be found volunteering at school events, athletic contests, and facilitating activities with Brooklyn staff and students. He has worked with the music department to bring in world leaders in the field of music to meet and talk to our students and to do a master class with them, which included bringing in the assistant conductor of the Cleveland Orchestra, arranging for a visit from a renowned pianist from Latvia who in addition with meeting with the students of the music department, also met with students in Mrs. Grodek's second grade class, resulting with an ongoing cultural exchange of Christmas cards with students in a school from Strency, Latvia. Working in the school cafeteria, cooking and serving food at many school function dinners. Andy has worked with the local Youth for Christ chapter in various capacities that included being the cook and providing meals for several years. Andy is always working to strengthen the connection between the city, schools, and community. And Andy has said, if and when you can give, please do. For his steadfast commitment to civic leadership and school engagement, Andy Selkerts is the recipient of the 2025 Ron Szudy School Community Engagement Award. Andy?
Good evening. Thank you, Earl. Kind of keep it going, be short. If some of you I see in the audience know me, I like to be low key, so I appreciate it. But when they say the Ron Szudy Award, he was a teacher back when I was a student. So we're going back to 1973 yearbook. He was always loved by the students. He was appreciated. He was honored by the students. It's nice to get an award with his name on it. Some of the things that Earl mentioned, the projects that we've done with like Keep Brooklyn Beautiful and all, one of them, it's getting, the athletics is super, hats off to everybody. The educational awards are great, but it's also trying to get students to get back involved with the community because Brooklyn's a good community. Two of the things that we just did lately, one of them is a chimney swift tower. It might have been in cleveland.com if you've seen it, if you're local. It involves a project, father and son. The son is going to Caleris. The father works in the trades. They were interested, they were happy, and it's something that they're going to do other projects for the city that if you're walking through Brooklyn Memorial Park, you'll see it. There's a purpose for these things, to be part of the community. One of the best things that I really liked, and I think Earl mentioned, we did community cleanups for a number of years with Brian Hare, Wingler, Matt Larson. About 2 years ago, we had one day where we were going to do it in May that we got rained out. Part of the group, though, went to Brooklyn Point and to the Avenue over the retirement homes, the nursing homes, over by Ridge Park Square. We ended up, instead of working outside, we worked inside. The students talked and sat with the residents. That kind of beat all the physical work because it was just nice to see the interaction of the students talking to each other with the residents. Some of them I really truly believe they enjoyed it, and it might be a good thing that might actually get them into careers into the medical or healthcare type industry. As much as I appreciate this award, I've always had the opportunity to work with various other teachers in this school system, even some of the staff, and you should be really proud of the people that work here because there are some that really go above and beyond the 8 to 5 or whatever your hours are. They really put their heart into it more than anything else. And it's all just trying to be part of this community. There's school, there's music, there's athletics, but there's also giving back. So that's why I kind of hope people give back to the community afterwards. Thank you.
Let's give our recipients one more round of applause, please. It is always amazing to hear the service component that all of our inductees and recipients have, and It's one of the things we try to do here in the Brooklyn City Schools is the service component is such an important part of what we do, giving back to our community. Ultimately, you know, we're the city of Brooklyn, we're Brooklyn City Schools, but giving back, and I can see that our inductees now have given back in life and learned so much from their time here. And I want to congratulate all of you on your induction. This is an important event for us. It reminds us that what we do here as faculty, as our Board of Education, as staff, is so important in the development of our kids, and we're so thankful for our family members who have supported our inductees because it truly is a collective effort. I want to thank you for being here this evening. A couple reminders. I was told by Mrs. Hochul I have to say this. Everybody needs to is invited back to the cafeteria to receive their Hall of Fame polos, to the inductees, not everybody there, to celebrate the awards. Tomorrow, inductees will be introduced prior to kickoff at the football game. You should meet Mr. Zofka by the high jump area on the track at 6:30. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Go Hurricanes. Have a great night.